Oh, hello everybody! Welcome back to what was going to be a War Thunder, going to be Wuthering Waves discussion about what we want from the game. And I know that I've made a single, maybe two videos on the video on the game already before it's come out, and I just wanted to get off quite a few points. And I've been joined here by Nizzy Storm, who's going to help me retain my sanity and not just to go off topic too much. So, yeah. You know.
Even though we still were like two insane individuals,
Yeah, true. So yeah,
it doesn't work.
so yeah, we're just gonna be talking about Wuthering Waves, what we want from it, and how we think the game should go in terms of being a competitor to Genshin, and just what like our personal desires for the game should are, and how they should be implemented, essentially.
Like, it's got a bit of both, so like both look good as well. Like it's kind of got like, which I think is pretty cool.
Well, that's good. Like, as I've always said, if you're going to create a miserable world, you need some bright and uplifting areas to be able to contrast, because it's always having the balance between the two extremes. Because if you don't,
Yeah.
it'll just not blend well, right? To the whole exploration thing. You won't want to explore because everything will just be of one thing and not enough of the other kind of thing. Now, what I'm also wanting for exploration, are we going to be able to interact with the environment, right? Because I know you're all about, I know you're the kind of person, right, that's always been about exploration, right? So, are we going to be like, oh, am I going to be able to basically find a secret door in a cave and then go, oh my god, holy shit, I've just unlocked another 5-star, something like ridiculous like that, you know? But I'm going and looking in places that are hidden, I'm getting a reward for it. I know that you're the kind of person that likes that. I would also hope for that as well, because that's the whole point, right?
I want to feel rewarded for thinking, hey, what's in this little small crevice cave? And it opens up inside of like massive things, like there's mineable like rocks and like minerals and stuff. And then there's like Genshin's version of Oculi, there's like a time trial in there, like a Celia equivalent, right? And then there's also like fucking exquisite and like two precious chests like in there just for going into that room.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to like get fucked just because I'm like, oh well, same here, nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like Power Fantasy did this better, but didn't do it that well either.
I mean, yeah. No, it didn't, because it's like, it was mainly boring. Tower Fantasy 6 exploration was pretty boring. Like, I like the fact that you could just, like, get pulls by exploring. That was nice. But apart from that, that was really the only reason you'd go and do it. And for fuck's sake, can we just not have the fucking time-locked chests, please? Thank you very much. That was annoying when that happened. And it always will be annoying to me.
Chest?
Yes. Remember, okay, you won't remember this, which is fair enough, but when the game released, you could only get chests up to a certain area around like your spawn in this like camp. Remember the camp that we spawned in, right? We did the first few quests. You could only go so far out that camp before the chests that would appear on the world map would be locked, and you'd have to wait a certain amount of time before they become unlocked, and so that you can loot them.
Yeah, no, I don't want time gated things pretty much at all. When you release things like event stuff, just let me do it all in one go if I want to do it all in one go. It should be the player's choice if they want to do it in one go or in stages. If they should be, you shouldn't be forcing this stuff on people. You should be just letting the players just do whatever they want.
And it's like, I can see the bad thing for me is that I knew that those chests would have had good resources in them. So, for example, right, hypothetically, I go and find some area that's out the way, and it turns out to have a chest in it, but I can't access it because it's time locked, and it's actually a high level chest. So it'll obviously have a lot of resources. That'll drive me insane, and I would have hated that wholeheartedly. So yeah, I really hope that they don't have time gated anything.
Now,
really,
there's a reason why they might do what you're doing, what you're saying that you hate, and I get why they would do it. Which is, for example, if the stuff in these chests that you shouldn't really have at this point because it's too overpowered, so they like give you it, right? So like they time lock it so that you get it later when you're more supposed to, so that it's more of a progression thing.
Okay, well,
Just make people. If the game is more focused on combat, just make it so that it's something that you work on.
but yeah, I would say, time gated stuff generally no. But if you're wanting to gate people from using really high level items early on, you could, once they get it, just put a level lock on it, and then once it get to a certain character level, then you can use it. There's no problem with doing that, right? Because I could still have the item, but then I'd know, oh, I'm not powerful enough for this yet, right? And then I can continue grinding until I get to that point, and then I can start using it, right? But it's the thing that, here's a chest, and I know there's something good inside it, but I can't get it. That is my issue. I don't care if that item I can't use yet, but because I still have it then. I still have it, and that'll be waiting for me for when I'm at that point to use it, you know? Like, I don't care about that. I just want to be able to open the chest.
Yeah, because the problem that you're describing there is also the other problem regarding that is also like when you time lock it to be able to pick it up, it means that players have to then go back later on and grab it again, and people will usually forget about it.
Like,
right?
It's fine having an interactive map, but I don't want people to be reliant on it, you know? Because it should just be a fun thing. If you're wanting to get, I don't know, again, comparing to Genshin, they had achievements for exploration. That's a fun thing to do, not a necessary thing. And if they're relying on the map too much, it will take out some of the enjoyment of the game, I feel, for quite a few people. So just let me have the fucking item.
Yeah, no, I think the achievement thing is great, but it should, do you get them? It's like what, 5, 10, and 20 Prima Gems? 10, 20, 50 Prima Gems.
Especially if you only spawn once, you know.
Or an event pool.
Sure. Yeah.
Just a single pool. Or maybe 2, right? So maybe like 1, 2, then 5. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like then that would be like reward the player for exploration, you get 5 pools.
Yeah. Pardon me? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Right? Because you have like these hidden quests and these hidden things, and then you've got like, you know, all of that should be like locked behind the achievement set, and then it would give players a reason to do the achievement instead of just being like an extra thing. You know, look at the Steam thing, like the Steam. Like if I was doing it, I would be like, oh, they got all the achievements in this game. Let's give them like £2.
Yeah.
In their account, right? Or something, you know, something like that. Like, sure, they might lose a bit of money on that, but like, it would be like a way of like.
It's just supporting your most dedicated players, and that's never been a bad thing. That's it, right?
Yeah, no, because then it would also encourage more people to be more dedicated to their game, and therefore it would live longer.
Yeah, 100%. So we've spoken about the gacha, we've spoken about world exploration, and then we've also spoken about weapons, I think. Have we?
Yeah, well, the weapon banner, but also that's actually that's a really good point that there was in Tech Time stream that somebody was talking about the other day, where he thinks that light cones are stupid, and you'd rather have like weapons that change the visualization and the attack flashing and all that stuff, like all the visualization of that weapon, so the weapon changes how they attack, kind of like how you got like, you know the tall Claymore characters just sort of swing it, whereas like Noelle like fucking does like the spin. Right, things like that is what he's referring to. It's like the people in the chat are like, oh, but like it's like the stat boost that the light coins give you is better than giving like a full weapon that does like all this like moving about, and it's like, excuse me, you're wrong. Fuck off.
I think I remember actually a little thing from Fable 2, and I know this is like fucking crazy because I know you've never played it, but Fable 2, you buy a weapon from the shop, from any blacksmith, right? And then you go and take it to like a special jeweler, right? And it gives you like jewels that are imbued with power, right? So you, depending on what weapon you got, you could like get 3 or 4 jewel slots, and each jewel can do stuff like increase attack damage, HP restoration, increase attack, increase like your max HP. You create like it can give you gold per hit. It can increase your magic power, whatever, right? And stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool Doesn't mean that they have to do it, but I think it'd be really cool if it part of exploring the overworld, you would get a chest, and then sometimes that would give you like an item that augments the gear that you have, and it can be for a 5-star weapons as well, right? And then that changes how you fight a little bit, and it also changes how it appears in the game as well. So it customizes your loadout even more, and it means that it's more valuable to get 5-star weapons, because usually they can't be changed, you know, for balance reasons or whatever. But if it doesn't have PvP, it doesn't need to be for balance reasons. It can just be like that there. I really think that's a good idea. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be there, but it's going to be good because players can be more expressive, right? And then they can share shit, you know?
No, yeah, because like I think so. If you're gonna do stuff with weapons, then I think it's really important to have it so that it the visualization is different, so that it gives players an incentive in order to go ahead and actually get that weapon. Because I'll be real, in Genshin Impact, there's zero reason to get the weapons.
Yeah, very little. Like, you're doing it for best in slot, and then that's it. It doesn't feel special after that, does it? If there's like...
Exactly, but if there's a visualization thing to it, then it allows that.
And I thought, well, if you want to change how it looks, change a little bit about the gameplay as well, it would make it feel more substantial than going, oh, look, it's so pretty, you know? You could actually do stuff with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They...
The other thing people have talked about in Tech Time chat was that like, if you have it be more than just a stat boost, it then means that weapon types need that like each weapon needs to be more towards a specific type. That's why Genshin like kind of is just kind of dull. And I'm like, just add more weapons to the game. It doesn't need to be a specific weapon type. That's just wrong. Just add weapons. Add a gun, add a sword, add a claymore, add a fucking pole arm, add a fucking catalyst for all I fucking care.
Add a noose, you know?
Magic fucking wand. a staff.
Yeah.
A pole arm, but not really. It's a staff, right?
Yeah. Add War Thunder's armor, like fucking armor penetrating mechanic, like ricochet and kill you instead, you know? It's like that.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like...
I get your point. Like, you just want more variety instead of, oh, here's 5 weapon types, and that's all you can use, and you better be fucking glad, because we're not putting any more content, and it's like, well, there's no point in that, is there? It's just not interesting enough to play the game. Yeah, I would like that as well. I mean, I would actually like it as well. If they had more weapons, you would recycle, because like every gacha game, you could recycle old items you don't want. Then if you recycle enough of them, you'd get like, depending on if you're recycling them away for currency or if you're putting them back into another weapon. If you're putting them into a weapon, you get like some other special attributes, right? So if it's a specific type, you get more crit chance or more attack or more defense. So again, it adds on to that little bit, means a lot sort of thing, right? Right, what else? Do you care at all about cosmetics for characters? What's the...
Okay. So as long as so here's the thing. As long as cosmetics don't affect stats, they're just a little extra thing that people who can, you know, if they want to add, that you can get all of them for free to play.
Yeah.
I would say by working for it, or you can just pay money to get it, right?
Yeah.
It's like a 29p or like an 89p kind of thing, right? Kind of like what do you call it? Kind of like Among Us, or right? And I would say that they should not do the Mario Kart thing where it's like each character does like as stat bonuses.
Yeah.
It should just be like it's just a cosmetic thing. Like it's like whatever character you want to use, you can use it, and then you get the same stats from that, right?
Yeah.
Because like Mario Kart Wii specifically, right? Because I want to be specific. Mario Kart 8, I don't know how that works. Mario Kart Wii though, like there's particular stats that characters have.
Yeah.
There's pretty significant.
Yeah.
Buff.
Like speed buffs, drift buffs, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'd say that's a fair assessment, because then if you're on the game every day and you're getting like this your common currency and stuff, you can just buy the skins outright, and there won't be anything special, but there'll be something different to look at. That means once you have them, you can switch back and forth, right? And that's it.
that's why skins are the best thing in the game. 4-star skins should be free immediately. You should
Uh,
work for them and you get them. Right? 5-star skins should be a little special. You either you do them for the event, you get them in the event, or if you miss them in the event, then you just go ahead and do and you just put them in the shop to buy for like $2.99 something.
yeah, here's a bit of a peculiar thing. Do you want only 4-star characters to have 4-star skins and 5 stars to have 5 stars? As a way to differentiate like how special they are. You know? Or the level of quality.
Well, yeah. What?
So
Sorry.
do you like the idea of, for example, a free character, right?
Mhm.
That you a 4-star character that you would get for free. They would have a 5-star skin that you would need to pay for or grind an event to get.
So when I said 4-star, 5-star, I kind of meant like is character based and just whatever and then you just sort of base it on the characters because majority of popular characters are going to be 5 stars, right?
Yeah, probably.
Like I don't know, like see the problem with okay, yeah, I guess I do. I guess I do.
Right.
Cuz wait,
Because it's like, you have a free character. Should you always just have free skins for the free character? Or should you have, in case you actually really like it, should there be a contingent where you would get like a couple skins that are like 5-star premium that you would need to pay for? So that, because you like that character, you'd probably go for those skins, right? Because I imagine that would be a marketing strategy of some sort, right?
yeah, no, I think that could work. But the problem then would be like the way I was thinking about it was like 4-star skins would be for 4-star characters and 5-star skins would be 5-star characters, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like for 4-star characters, the skins for those characters would just be for free, and then any skins for 5-star characters would be like a people thing or like a grinding thing.
Okay.
Instead of what you're saying is that, like you're thinking of like the skins themselves are going to be differentiated between 4-star and 5-star, and then just whatever skins are released for 4-star and 5-star skins doesn't matter what the character is. If it doesn't matter if the character is 4-star or 5-star, the skins are 5-star or 4-star, right? Like the
Mm-hmm.
different, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. So the way I was thinking about it, but like now that you put it that way, I guess that would be better.
Because it's beneficial for both people. It's more towards the company, because then they can make a little bit more money with consumers, but without it being too egregious. I feel, because it's not a requirement. With 4 stars, you get a lot more free skins than you do the 5-star ones, but you still get a bit of both with both 4 and 5 stars. So for 5 stars, you still get like a couple free skins, but it would be mostly paid, right? Had on money kind of thing. And with the 4 stars, you get mostly for free,
Yeah.
grindy ones, right? That's my point. But you'd get a bit of both in both of those thingies, right?
Yeah.
Do you also like one for only 4 and 5 stars, or do you like one like lower tiers to be able to help grind for resources? To benefit the higher tier characters, because I guess
So the only so I mean Counter Strike and Azuline does that, right?
yeah,
But the issue with that is that like it just sort of makes those like it makes the 1, 2, and 3 stars usually pretty useless unless there's
yeah,
like a limit break thing. So you know how in Azuline when you limit break something, um you do it you can do it like a bunch of times and then you get like the retrofit.
yeah.
So the retrofit allows you to change the rarity, which ups the rarity by 1. So whatever the rarity is, so if it's common, so like if it's like a grey one, then it goes to blue being the epic, right? Um, and then if it's like super rare, so like yellow, then it would be like then it would go up to like a rainbow tier, would be ultra rare, right?
Yeah.
Also, can we just point out if they are gonna like if they were to do if they were to do things like like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-star characters, right? If they were to do something like that, then we would need to have a naming system, right? I want to just talk about the naming system because so many different games do so many different so many different games do this kind of thing differently, and I'm gonna be honest, it just should be so simple, right? 1 star should be commons.
Yeah.
2 stars should be rares. 3 stars should be epics. 4 stars should be super rare, right? 5 stars should be legendary. 6 stars should be ultra rare. Anything that's like super rare just sounds so fucking cringe. Please don't.
Yeah.
Or if you want to do it instead of legendary, it's super rare, super ultra rare, or it's ultra rare, then it's super ultra rare, or something like that. I don't want hearing the same word doubled and then it's rare. It just I
Doesn't
don't know.
work.
I don't like that. It doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Okay.
Or super epic. That's so stupid. That just sounds
You,
so
you
cringy.
imagine like Wuthering is not gonna have anything like that, and it's just gonna be really confusing. And you're gonna think, oh my god, just let me die. I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah, no. Like, how does Snowbreak do it then? Because Snowbreak's like, isn't that not like common, rare, epic, super rare, rare, fucking whatever? Like, how is that? Like,
I don't
that's one of the
actually.
games.
I don't actually remember, but I did I did some pulling actually. Hang on. I've got a video of me pulling on Snowbreak. So let me just bring it up real quick because I gotta refresh my memory. I don't remember it all too well. Unedited videos, and then we'll have a look. It should be relatively recent because I remember I was preparing to pull for the newer characters, but then I never did. Which was unfortunate. There's a load of counter-side stuff in here. Ah, Snowbreak. There we go. Right. Oh god, it's even worse. They call it like, like orange characters. They're literally just called orange tier. Blue ones are called blue tier. No, hang on. No, wait.
Right, can we agree that Azalane does it the best?
I mean, sure, I guess.
What is counter-side? I don't remember.
Like, look, orange teardrop. Like, what the fuck is this?
Why?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Oh, man.
That just shouldn't be allowed.
Guaranteed an orange tier operative within 47 echoes. They are being so unoriginal. Oh, my God. Oh, bro, get me out of here.
That just that just shouldn't be allowed.
It should be banned. Fuck me. Anyway, right. What's counterside? I think counterside has basically the same naming system. It's got like, what was it? See, like, what'd you say? Grey is common?
Yeah, so grey would be common. Blue would probably be rare, or I would say epic. So I don't like. So here's the thing. I'm torn between it because the purples in Azalane are epics, right? And the blues are rares.
Yeah.
It should be the other way around, and the reason I say that is because it should be rare, super rare, ultra rare.
Yeah.
In that order. But that's not really how they do it, so I'm kind of working with what the game would do there. But it would be like common, right? Or 1 star would be rare. Oh, that's common, right? Like
Yeah.
common, grey, 1 star. They're all common, right? The blue one would be epic.
Yeah.
Purple would be rare. Orange would be ultra super rare. The rainbow would be ultra rare.
Okay. So counterside does it in a similar way. Commons are actually they're labeled N for like November, right? They're called normal, and they are grey. But then
is it not neutral? I thought it was neutral.
I don't think so. Although I can remember anyway. I think it's normal or something.
Okay.
But then there goes blue for rare, purple for super rare, and then gold for SSR, which is I don't know what the acronym stands for.
Super rare.
I guess
Super
so.
rare.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like that sounds a little cringe. Like purples aren't super rare. Like that's not how that works. Like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's just it's epic or rare.
Mm. And then you have
also,
like
I'm not a fan of legendary being there either.
Yeah, but
Bit-
the issue is like Counterside doesn't have, as far as I can tell, a separate rarity for awakened characters. It's just got a pretty background, for awakened
Call
characters.
awake, dude. Just call it awaken then.
Yeah, we do.
Like,
Because it literally says awakened banner, but it still says SSR for the rarity of an awakened unit. You know?
yeah, make SSRs rainbow, and then just call them awaken. There you go. There's it sorted.
But yeah.
That rarity should be a rainbow color, right?
Uh-huh.
And they should be like as like a game. And like 3 or 4 of them are like only done by retrofits, but you have to like actually work towards. There's like only a few that you can actually pull for. Well, actually, now I think it's probably like 10 now, but like
Yeah.
when it came out, it was like the first 2, which was San Diego and Warspite. They were both like you had to get like a retrofit material and then retrofit them to then get it.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have that material, you couldn't upgrade it.
But yeah, they don't have separate rarities. But I think having a common naming scheme, I think it's just better because it's not unnecessarily complicated, and it makes it so that it's easy to understand because they're essentially all being developed on the same gacha system, so they should all just have the same rarity. And I think that that's just an easy thing to ask for, or at least it should be, but it fucking isn't. And there you go, right?
Like I just don't get how it's not just so easy to do this. Like it's like, oh, let's call it this because we can. Like I want to talk to all these companies and just see like why they do what they do because like it doesn't make any sense. It just adds to it's just confusing. No, but like honestly, I think for ease, it should just be 4-star, 5-star, then maybe 6-star. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Because the more you start adding everything else, it just becomes confusing.
I mean, the story, I just want it to be good, right? I want it to have decent characters. I don't want to have too many tropes. I want to have decent representation, and that's really about it. And then, apart from that, there's really not a lot I can say that I want from a good story, because I think that that's just been done to death a lot of the time, because a lot of people have said basically the same thing, and I don't think that me saying it would actually do anything more to that, right? Because I just because Gage's story fell off at one point at past Leeway in my image. Like when Inazuma started, it was fine. At the end of Inazuma, it was kind of meh, and then it started getting worse. But I haven't played the newer areas, so I don't know. I just don't want that kind of thing to happen. I want it to have a good baseline, and then keep getting better and better and better and better, which is a difficult thing to do. I know that, but it would be great if they did do it.
Right. So here's the thing that I say. So everyone's basically in agreement that Sumeru was shit. Why it's such a common thing? Like I've not actually heard any reasoning whatsoever on like why people think that it was bad. I think Sumeru at the time of release was the best region at the time. And the reason for that was because just something new, to be honest. And I think looking back on Sumeru, it's very I don't remember much from Sumeru at all. I think Fontaine's not even that memorable either, to be honest. But Inazuma memorable.
Mm.
And Mondstadt memorable just because it was the interlude, although that really should just have been called Act 1.
Yeah. But I don't feel that there's much insight I can give into the story, just apart from just don't make it shitty. I want a good story. I want to be able to enjoy it, and that's really it.
So I've been hearing so at least Tectone has said, not really sure what everybody else's consensus are on it. I've just heard what he said. He says that it's still kind of mid. Now I don't know. I've not seen it. I've not went through it. But remember that they did rewrite it all, and it's still kind of mid according to him. Now who knows? Like he's got very high standards for story. Like I can tell with his anime takes as well.
Yeah.
That he's got like it's kind of like noir, where it's like very, very, very high standards.
Yeah.
Um, people don't like dull stories. People don't like slice of life, anything like that. So like any sort of story that just does day-to-day life in Japan or whatever. It's like I personally find that really interesting, but a lot of people hate that, and it's like I get why, because it's very, very well. It's also just kind of real life, and real life kind of sucks, right? But what interests me about it is the culture difference in that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
The the problem with Sumeru is that it was very repetitive
Yeah.
and it was very, very slow, and there wasn't much interesting that happened until Act 5. That I think is what most people think, because Samsara, right, for example, like it was like that repeated like 5 times,
Yeah.
but it showed how fucked up Sumeru was, right, and it's showing like why it's such a like fucked up place. But I think again, like Genshin Impact storytelling is terrible. Genshin Impact story is probably very good.
Yeah. And then you have like the hospital. What was that? I don't know whether it's the hospital below Sumer or below Fontaine. I can't remember.
It's in the desert.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
So
probably
it's
in the
I
Subaru
believe it's
Desert
like
then. Yeah, below it.
yeah, I believe it's southeast of the Mo-
Oh my god.
so if I really quickly go to the Genshin interactive map, uh very cool. I can show this just on the stream on the video and shit like that as well, right?
Yeah.
So if I was to, so yeah, by the way, this is why I like Genshin Exploration, because I have this. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's something else we should talk about. The exploration, I can talk about this as well.
Yeah.
We'll lead into that. I believe the area is down. Wait, where the fuck was it? Here, it's right there.
Yeah.
That's that I believe is where the hospital was.
Okay.
Where were you going with the point? You were.
Oh, I'm just like saying that area alone was really good. It's just like the whole overarching thing was very boring because I had a lot of build up to it. At least that's as far as I understand it. That's what's happened, right?
Yeah.
Which I,
Like it's like you need build up, but you don't. But like it's kind of like I could compare this to like the freaking Walking Dead show. Like season 1 was really good. That was like 7 chapters, which was 6 episodes. Season 2 was like 1 chapter, and that was fucking 16 episodes. Right? It all depends on how you flesh out the story and what you add into the story that actually is interesting. Because you, you need to tell some laws for people to understand. But if you don't tell it in a good way, people won't care.
yeah.
And if you want, and you need to make your like, it's the exact same thing that I've been talking about with with another friend of mine, Sinon, right? Talking about like how Tectone like watched like half of the story and then said it was dog shit. It's like what track record with it's like I mean the track record with Genshin Impact is quite literally like like over half of the quests are just bad, with like maybe like 20 minutes max in that 2 hour in each 2 hour quest that's like somewhat interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the first 40 minutes could have just been done away with.
Too
But
much
then,
build up.
but then,
Yeah.
but then the quest would have been like an hour long at that point, maybe even 45 minutes instead of like the 2 hours that like I feel like character quest should be. If you are going to tell a story, you've got to show it. Don't just have the characters just standing in a circle talking, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If they are talking, they can talk. They should talk, right? That's the thing. Do exactly what you've done, right? The thing that's different is you show an animation about it, right?
Yeah.
There's
Like for the battle pass. Like, come on, it's.
exactly that is the battle pass like intro each month.
Mm,
That is exactly what you do.
mm,
You do that, and you show it people explain. It's that same thing with the Samsara stuff. It showed it. It showed he to like down or whatever from like I think heroin or fucking whatever shit. I don't know. I don't really remember it. It's memorable, right? But like she like landed somewhere or something, and then the officer found her, and then and the Hida's voice actor was literally talking about it, right, saying the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it way more interesting because people have a visual along with the audio instead of just audio with just them standing in a circle
Yeah.
with like the worst mouth slaps ever.
Yeah.
Like it like you need it's very very lazy.
Yeah. I also hope they don't put duplicate characters in there as well. That they take more care.
Yes, please.
Yeah, come
I
on.
cannot take two NPCs with the same fucking face.
Yeah. Can't take them seriously. Like, I know that they've redesigned the environments, so again, the environment should also include NPCs, but I don't know if that it actually got changed, because I've not been involved in this at all, so who knows, but...
All I'm asking is for NPCs to just look different, and if you can't do that, just leave them out. Like, when I'm going for a character story, I don't want an hour long of talking to like NPCs that nobody cares about. If you make people care about the NPCs, right, and you give them a reason to care, then then that's fine. For example, Genshin Impact Rana, right? This girl is Vision. She's not playable, not even as a 4-star.
Yeah.
What the hell are you playing at? I don't care. This is not that should be about.
Yeah.
Rana gets Vision. End of the R&R quest, which was like 12 hours. That's the payoff for it. She gets a Vision. Not even a playable character from that quest. What?
Yeah. I think that she should definitely become a playable character after that.
Like, you've already done a 12-hour quest that should have fleshed out the character. Make her a main character. Like, this is an example of where it's like, what a missed opportunity it was.
Yeah.
Hell, I would even say you could do something with Babel, maybe. I think it's Babel. Yeah. I don't know, like, she's like the leader of the fucking Golden Slumber quest. Like, if you're gonna make a quest that's not voice acted, at least make the payoff with the character being playable. Good God, she's hot.
Fuck's sake. Take this seriously, damn it!
Yeah.
Right, so I think what have we already talked about? Better rates. Like I would like more like actiony gameplay. Metal Gear Rise and Devil May Cry. I know that's more of a thing of me. I know you haven't played either of them. Gacha is like when we talked about it. 80 pulls for character, 50-50, and then like guaranteed weapon. I'd say go weapon first. World exploration.
We should discuss exploration, like I was suggesting.
Okay, well you want to add on? You're gonna add on a bit to that, yeah.
I want to talk about the exploration because I think it's super important regarding it because like so we'll both agree that Genshin's exploration is much to be desired.
Yeah, of course.
So the problem with Genshin exploration, so I don't really know because I personally very much enjoy it. It's tedious to do the majority of players because it's the same thing. And there's nothing really interesting about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't reward you for actually exploring. It's just run around the world and find the chest, find the Sealy, find the Oculi, find the time trial. And it's like it doesn't really do anything else. I think what they're doing in Wuthering Waves is really good. Have you ever played a Pokemon game?
No.
Know how Pokemon works.
You go on the overworld and you gotta catch them all. You know what I mean? You gotta go on a different tile and you got a set percent chance of you encountering a Pokemon
Have
and shit
you
like that.
seen Power World? Have you seen Power World?
Yes, I've seen a little bit of Power World. Yes.
Power World in Wuthering Waves. It's like the ecosystem. So like you can go and get like a shiny echo and all that shit.
Okay.
Like you get like an echo, or you can get like a shiny version of the echo or whatever. It's like essentially it's like it allows you to go back to previous areas and actually like farm for
Yeah,
farm for things.
so basically like farm for character shards, and then you unlock them later, right?
Yeah, you can farm for things so that it basically doesn't make the whole thing redundant, which
Mm,
I think is a great move.
yeah. The clans or like whatever they're gonna be in Wuthering Waves.
Guilds.
Yeah,
Should you say.
something like that. Yeah, like I want them to actually have a purpose rather than just I'm just being here to play with my friends. You know, it's like, can I get something that's
The multiplayer. That's a good thing to talk about. Yeah.
Is it going to be multiplayer though? Because I have no idea if there is or not.
I have no idea if there's multiplayer in Wuthering Waves.
Okay. I mean, we discussed this before because it's necessary in Genshin because you could at least go into another player's world. But if you're going to be harvesting resources, you should at least get double the resources for each player. But then if you're going to do that, have it not be available in your world because you've technically already collected it, right? Because it's all based off the same map, right? You're just creating another instance of that same map, so it shouldn't matter.
That's important.
You know?
That's important to do, yeah. Okay, multiplayer co-op is supported. Wuthering Waves supports online multiplayer through co-op gameplay. Up to 3 players can play in a world at the same time. This is very important. If the person who does not own the world grabs the chest or grabs the thing, it should be for them
Mm-hmm.
or both.
Yeah.
For example, if somebody right, so the way to do it, I would say, is if somebody joins my world
Yeah.
and they pick up a chest that's
Uh-huh.
in my world, it doesn't go away. It just duplicates the chest.
Yeah.
But if I pick it up first, it does go away because it's my world.
Yeah.
So that's how that should maybe be.
Right. Okay. And this is why I say that it should be a thing where if someone else picks it up that's not the owner of that world, it should remove that same chest from yours. Instead, so that it can't be exploited, right? So you can't just get infinite rewards over a chest that's meant to be one use only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, or if instead of so that 2 people don't have to pick it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that 2 people don't have to pick it up. Whoever picks it up just goes for both. Like everybody that's in the world at the time.
Yeah. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head. But yeah, I was gonna be okay. I'll go back to the last bit, which is the guilds, right? We mentioned the multiplayer, the guild specifically. I want there to be another reason to get to be in that guild rather than just have a place where we could all play together. Because I know there's only 3 people max per world. But I want there to be an actual reason. For example, for Counterside, you actually have decent rewards. You can get pulls, for example. You can get quartz. You could get fusion cores for limit breaking. Very, very useful. And hell, maybe even do events for guilds and stuff like that. That'd be nice, you know. It would incentivize guild only content. Although I don't necessarily know if we should segment that content out because if you're not present in a guild at the time and you're going to be putting it out for sale, then that kind of defeats the point of being in a guild, right? So I think, well, if we're doing rewards like that, where it's timed events and you need to be in a guild to do it for these limited rewards, you either don't resell them, which is a bad idea because then it's creates limited availability, or you don't do them at all. But I just want there to be a better reason than just being there for the sake of it, right?
So I think guilds are a good move. I would say, of course, right? But I think they should not be required to. Shouldn't need to be in a guild to do any content in the game.
No.
But you should be able to do. But you should be able to do pretty much all the content in a guild.
Thing is, not be required, sure, And if I was going to go into one, what other benefits would I have rather than just having people that I know play with me, right? Am I going to get more resources or something? Yeah.
Lane or Counterside would be a good example here, where it's like you could contribute to a group reward that everybody can get by contributing like certain things to it. So like say that you paid like certain like a certain economy or something like that. You know, say that you need to pay like 5 food or 5 drinks or 5 like level up material
Or
in order to
gold or
then
whatever.
get, like,
yeah.
in order to get guild currency in order to then get other rewards. You also can participate in guild only battles.
Yeah.
That you all contribute to. That would then allow you. That would then allow you to get. How long is Counterside's like guild consortium rewards, like consortium battle stuff? It's like 2 weeks, isn't it, or something like that, or is it months?
It is every month, and it's over like 4 weeks. So the Counterside's guild, right? The consortium has a boss. Appears 4 times every month, once every week, obviously, and then once that month is over, it resets. As far as I understand it, and that boss can be random, right, per week. I don't believe it's on a rotation, but I don't quite know. But I do know that it's different, right, per month. So yeah, that's how it goes, right? You get 4 bosses per month that you plus arenas that you go and contribute towards to get your personal rewards while being in that guild, and the group rewards while being in that guild, which is actually a great system personally.
Yeah, so essentially you have the arenas which allow you to just buff the whole like guild's like abilities, characters, whatever. And there's certain like ones that are available or like unlocked for like that. So there's like 12 or something, and there's like 4 that's available each time or something, right?
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
And then essentially you have like 3 runs, and then you get to do the boss like twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think is a good thing. I think that would be a great thing to have, because it would then mean that this would be something that Tower Fantasy could have benefited from quite a lot as well.
Yeah, it would. I think that actually benefits more because of it being a massively multiplayer online. You get that social aspect or pretend social aspect. So that's more emphasized. So guilds are going to be one of the strong points of the game, of that genre specifically. So I think that is essential for a game like that. But it didn't have it.
But Wuthering Waves is not
not an MMO, no. But it would, again, like, regardless of what genre, it would still be nice to get rewards for being in a guild.
Yeah, I think this would actually work pretty well in Wuthering Waves as well, because it's combat based.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like and these bosses are new bosses that you cannot fight yourself somewhere else in the world. It is new bosses that is guild specific.
Right, so it's gated off of just guild content, which is good. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the reward should be good enough to where you don't have to do it, but you so that people who don't want to do it won't lose out on a lot, but it's worthwhile doing if you want some extra stuff. I would also allow friends to play with each other, technically, and guilds have an unlimited amount of players in it, or it's like 100 maybe limit.
Yeah,
right?
Like a huge amount. Yeah, I would like that.
Same with the friends list. Friends list should be unlimited. That's ever limited.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be limited. When you have a search bar, you can just search their name and find them. I think that's one of the biggest things, right? Oh, yeah, I struggle to find people if it gets too big. Well, like, you just type the name. Right? It should be in alphabetical order. Type the name. It comes up. That simple, right?
Easy.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like Nintendo, like the Switch only has 100 on that friends list. Cap. It's like, what's the point? Especially for YouTubers and stuff like that, who want, like, content creators who want to actually make content. It's a lot harder for people to join them, because you require their friend code to join them.
Yeah.
In a lot of the games. Mario Kart is one of those few games, like Mario Kart 8 is one of those few games where you don't need that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely good to have it for Wuthering Waves as well. Because I think Genshin also has a cap on how much on the friends list.
Yeah, I just never exceeded it because it's like I don't have any friends to add really.
And please, for the love of God, have the UI be different for PC and mobile. Mobile, you have pages so right on what do you call it? On PC, you don't. I don't want pages. I just want to have the entire list there.
Okay, so the last few points we were going to talk about are the other point to world exploration that you were wanting to talk about, and the character leveling, wasn't it?
Yes. So, character leveling, I think. How do you feel about it in Genshin Impact?
It's fine. I don't have a problem with it really.
Because I think it was very fun. And I'm gonna be honest, I think that's one of the few things that they could take away from Genshin and just put it into the same game. Like I honestly, I I don't see an issue with anything regarding aside from aside from 50 aside from the choose what facts that you grind and I think everything else is pretty much perfect
I think it's more
for
fun
the
than
character.
Yeah, I think it's more fun than grinding enemies in the overworld continuously, but I would like it if they were going to do domains like Genshin. They would put in the custom domains that Genshin did that one time for an event. That would be good, right?
That would be great.
That would actually be good. If they did, I'd be quite happy with grinding then.
So I personally wouldn't use it because I just can't be bothered. But objectively, I think that's a great thing to add.
Which is
Because there's so many people that enjoy that.
yeah, because they're not going to be bothered with like going to a specific domain to get what they want. I think honestly, what I would say is that they should have it as like a high player reward, because then if they've already like done an amount of exploration, right? They've gone all the for example, if we did it via Genshin standards, they would already have gotten all the domains in every area, and they'd be X level, and then they'd have the custom domain, which they can do whatever they thought they want. They can farm however many enemies, right? And then they can even go so far as to like limit test their accounts in a different way than if it was a separate event, right? Because I imagine there's going to be some end game of some sort.
That actually might be such a good way of implementing end game content without actually implementing end game content. Genshin Impact.
Exactly.
Like literally, you can just nick out whatever. Like, they can fucking fight like 3 hyperstases at one time and shit like that, right? Like they can do whatever they fucking want.
Which, if you're in a guild, then you'll be able to share that preset with other people so that they could go try it out, right?
I like.
I mean, it just makes fucking sense, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's good. Honestly, I didn't think about that.
I'm using like
that's a great.
Yeah, 5% of my brain power, and there you go. You give people reason to not only be in a guild, do domains frequently, and actually find the domains. Because obviously every domain should have a reward by itself for that specific domain, one time only. And then you should have like your area domains, because if we're doing it again, compare it to Genshin, they have domains in a one specific area, and then another batch in a specific area, and then you do it by like country essentially, right? And then you'd have like the final one where you've got every single one, and then that's where you get the custom one, and then you have like all the other creative shit. And I think that's just clever progression, honestly.
Yeah,
And I think that'd be. I would enjoy that personally. I would love to have a game that did that.
So let's talk about how we are supposed to the resin, I guess, right?
Yeah.
How we actually get the rewards.
Mm.
Genshin Impact did it well. Big but. The amount need to be way higher. Now I heard that it was infinite. You could grind infinitely for these materials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have no idea how true that is. If it is that is the case, no more needs to be said about this. However, if there is going to be like a cap on it, minimum 240 and just Genshin rates. If there's a weekly boss kind of thing for like talent, equivalent,
Yeah.
no resin at all. You need if you've already capped to how many times you can even do it in the first place,
You don't need that extra cap of the resin that can
you
just be
don't
saved.
need to use the material as
Yeah.
well. It is
Yeah.
just it is
100%.
so redundant, and honestly, they need to change that even in Genshin Impact.
Mm.
But aside from that, I think Genshin Impact's whole resin thing and how much it costs for everything else, I think is a good move. Condensed resin, that kind of thing, waste of time. Don't fucking bother with it. Literally, just your regular resin, just have that be like the cap and the amount you get.
Yeah, okay, we've kind of bundled both of those points into one, didn't we? Because there was we talked more about leveling up, then we talked about domains, but domains is kind of related to exploration. So
Not really. It kind of is, but not really. So like, when it comes to exploration stuff, we need to have just stuff that is just not shit. Like so many people find just the way Genshin does it just kind of dull. And I'm gonna be honest, it is a bit dull. I still enjoy it just because it's relaxing and gives me something to do. But like, for who the hell is gonna do it when they have a full-time job? Seriously,
they're
nobody.
not, no. Ugh.
Right? Like, so you need to give something to incentivize players to go back to previous regions, so there's not just like a dormant region, kind of like how Dragonspine is.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, Dragonspine is basically just like you could remove Dragonspine, it wouldn't remove anything from the game right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need and that is exactly what I think it's called the Echoes. I'm unsure, but it's kind of like a Pokemon thing where it's like you can like it's like an RNG thing where it's like you catch like these monsters something like that and then you grab them. I think it's essentially you just it's just Pokemon.
Yeah, it's essentially Pokemon, yeah. Which I don't necessarily mind. I don't know if they're necessarily going to be cosmetic or have bonuses. Hopefully they're just cosmetic. I think
I actually believe they do have bonuses in terms of I think they're just like what the Lightcon's doing on Star.
Okay.
If
they're doing that, if they're doing that, then they should at least build a collection of all these things, so that when you find them all, you get they get a pull or maybe two. That'd be great. Because I don't know how easy it is to be able to get these, and I don't know if there's going to be rarities or whatever, right? Because that's going to be
okay. So there's going to be like, I think it's just regular version, and then like the shiny version.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, well that's fine then. If they're going to do that, please, for the love of God, can we just make it so that we get one pull when we find every single one of them? That would be worth it, I think. That's it, right? Because. And that's just like the end of it, right? And
or it's like a category thing. So like, say for example that they have like so you using to find like a bunch of different animals. You need to go to like the particular habitat in order to get those animals. Made up and realistic ones doesn't matter, right? You can do like both. And essentially, like once you find all of like the tidal class ones or ocean dwelling ones or whatever, you then get like a certain amount of pools or something like that. So it's like class based.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool thing.
Mm.
So that would be kind of like an achievement thing.
Yeah.
And maybe once you find them all, you then get a 10 pool. Right? Like every single one in the game.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make it so that it, you get something for them instead of just arbitrarily looking for them and going and collecting your Yu-Gi-Oh collection. Making it bigger and shit.
You don't wanna make it redundant. You don't want to make it like pointless.
No.
So that's that would be a good move, yeah. There was one more, wasn't there? Like another point, wasn't there?
We did go through character leveling, didn't we? No, we not properly. We just talked about domains.
So, well, yeah, like I mean, like, we kind of did, but like, so like, character leveling, exact same thing. Like, I think it just
Okay.
honestly, the way Genshin works is just kind of fine, to be honest. Like, I mean, maybe just like, improve like stuff.
Right? Yeah.
But but like I don't think it's hard at all to upgrade character levels.
Yeah. Okay. Right. As to that, I don't think that there's anything else on the agenda that we need to discuss, unless you could think of something.
Cool. Twitch drops. Do it.
Well, I think that's just gonna be obvious. If they don't somehow, that'll blow my fucking mind.
I'm unsure if they are. That is something that Technosa mentioned, like ages ago. I'm like, yeah, like it's just.
If they're gonna be content
needs-
creators,
it
you
needs to
need
go.
to have Twitch drops. It is just an objective thing because there's so many other gacha games that do Twitch drops now. The competition is gonna be fierce, and if you're not doing that, you're just falling. You're
Yeah.
just cutting. You're cutting your nose off to spite your face, and yeah, it's not gonna be beneficial for you.
Gasoline doesn't. I don't think Counter does either. Like they need to do that. Though.
Yeah, well, Counter-Strike doesn't fucking advertise like Azulay. Like, what the hell? Come on, like, I need to see
think
some
Azul-
fucking adverts.
I don't think Azure Lane actually advertised either. Like same thing with Punishing Grave Raven. Like like Kuro never did that either.
I mean,
I think the marketing wasn't always pretty well, I would say, but like because they're doing contract stuff as well now. So.
Okay, like I don't know what's going on with PGR because I've never played it, but yeah, I would like it so they fucking advertise because if
I almost want to play PGR.
I mean, you can if you want. I think from what I've seen of the gameplay of it is just like character action, but gachified, I guess. But that has been the closest thing to a real game or a desktop game in the gacha space for a while, and I think that's like people are kind of hoping that Wuthering is going to adopt some of those features as well, which I also hope that is going to be like that. I don't want it to be hardcore. I just want it to be more involved with the Genshin. That's really it, as we've mentioned before, right? But as for that, I don't think I have anything else to talk about, so I guess we'll wrap it up here then.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Subscribe, like, don't shout at us, please. I know we both haven't watched for quite a few days, but we did it for you, right? We've been in our man caves trying to figure this shit out, and I think we've come up with an excellent recipe. So, this has been Darius Studios and Nizzy Storm. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.